Every Friday for 5 years, she waited at the same train station for a man who never came. Every Friday evening, no matter how cold the weather was or how heavy the rain fell, Una sat on the same wooden bench at Seoul Central Station. The workers there knew her face. The coffee vendor knew her order. Even the security guards had stopped asking why she came every week. For 5 long years, she arrived at exactly 6 p.m. and left at exactly 8 p.m. 5 years earlier, she had met a young medical student named Choi Min-jun. They met by accident when she dropped her books on a crowded platform. What began as a simple conversation turned into friendship, and friendship slowly became love. They spent every free moment together. They dreamed about the future, talked about marriage, and promised they would never leave each other. Then one day, Min-jun received a scholarship to study medicine in America. Before leaving, he hugged Una tightly at the train station and promised, "Wait for me. I'll come back, and when I do, I'll marry you." Una smiled through her tears and watched his train disappear. At first, everything was perfect. They spoke every day. They shared photos, messages, and dreams about the life they would build together. But 6 months later, the messages suddenly stopped. Calls went unanswered. Emails were never returned. It was as if Min-jun had vanished from the world. Friends told her to move on. Her family begged her to forget him. But Una couldn't. Because deep inside, she believed there had to be a reason. Years passed, seasons changed. Yet every Friday, she returned to the station where he had promised to come back. Then one winter evening, as snow fell gently onto the tracks, an elderly woman approached her. The woman looked nervous. In her hands was an old, worn-out box. "Are you Una?" she asked softly. When Una nodded, the woman began to cry. The box belonged to Min-jun. Inside were dozens of letters addressed to her. Letters she had never received. With shaking hands, Una opened the first one. The date on it was 4 years old. As she read, tears streamed down her face. Shortly after arriving in America, Min-jun had been diagnosed with a rare heart condition. He underwent multiple surgeries and spent years fighting for his life. He wrote to her constantly, but none of the letters were ever sent because he didn't want her to spend her youth waiting beside a hospital bed. In the final letter, written only weeks earlier, he confessed everything. "I wanted to come back to you healthy. I wanted to keep my promise. But if you're reading this, it means I ran out of time. Please don't spend the rest of your life waiting for me. The happiest years of my life were the years I loved you." Una broke down crying. For 5 years she believed she had been abandoned. But the truth was even more heartbreaking. He had loved her until his final breath. That night, she sat alone on the station bench one last time. She looked up at the snowy sky and whispered, "You kept your promise, Min-jun. You came back to me through your words," and for the first time in 5 years, she finally said goodbye.